Hi guys, it's Mark and welcome back to It Is All About Racing. Today we've got a real throwback model to look at. This is a 1968 Le Mans winning Ford GT40. Yes, you remember that car from Ford versus Ferrari. Now the GT40 was designed by the Ford Motor Company and raced in the 1960s to beat Ferrari at their own game. This car was that of the privateer John Weyer team, or JW, and this was a Mark I Gulf Oil team GT40, the one that won Le Mans overall in 1968, the third consecutive win for the GT40. Now, as this was a privateer team, you're not going to see Jackie Eakes or any of those other guys on there. In fact, the winners of this were Mexican Pedro Rodriguez and Belgian Lucien Bianchi. Now, I told my friend Jeff at Heritage Racing that I would be reviewing this car. He has the same car, except he has the car that actually raced at the Nürburgring, 1968, just like this one, Ford GT40 with the Gulf Oil livery. Notice that this box is themed, the 24 Heures de Mans Spark models. Take a look at the top, and you're going to see the same. It's mounted on a black wooden base and has a rather dirty acrylic jewel cover. Now, one side of the box has the cool looking trophy, 24 Heures de Mans, winner 1968, and Spark. And the back of the box has 24 Heures de Mans, www.sparkmodel.com. Obviously, this is part of their Le Mans collection. These cars, folks, are not limited edition. Nobody knows how many of these they produced. You know, guessed could be as many as 1,000 or as much as 10,000. As many as they thought they could sell. And on the bottom of the box, you see Minimax, Import, Export, and Spark, this being a genuine Spark model. Now, folks, there was a rule change in 1968 that limited prototypes to a 3.0-liter Formula One engine. The sports car loophole allowed for the Ford and the JW team to utilize a Mark 4.9-liter engine, provided that they made at least 50 cars. Porsche, Alfa Romeo, and others built the 3.0-liter prototypes, but they were fragile and underpowered. Ferrari could not meet the requirements and retired in protest. Now, this model, as you would expect, is a really spectacular-looking Spark specimen. Your grille, that you'll see there, and I'll see if I can zoom in on it, is textured. Oh, there. Now you can see it pretty good. And take a look at your fog lights. Really neat. Your headlights on the top. And take a look at those little tiny pull pins to remove this cover. And you'll see there are 4 of them. 2 more there. You've got the windshield wiper. And you can see a little bit of the interior of the car. Not much this way. The light is really blinding it. Now, all of you that follow my channel regularly know that GT stands for Grand Touring. And the 40 stands for the 40 inches from the bottom of the car measured to the top of the windscreen. You might remember in Ford versus Ferrari, Ken Miles talking about that as he was talking to Carroll Shelby. If you take a close look at the wheels, you're going to notice you've got the Firestone logo, you've got the yellow surrounds on it. I love this spinnaker clamp that they have on top of the orange wheel. And if you look really closely, you can clearly see the rotor and the brake calipers there. Also notice on the side of the car under Gulf, you have one of the latches. And it's the really fine details that really separate Spark from everybody else. Another latch here. You've got a little tiny latch for the door, and you have this little white thing, which I have no idea what that is. Now, going back to the front of the car, you're going to notice another little plastic piece here, and that might be the amber turning light on it. I'm not sure if anybody knows specifically. Let me know. I'm trying to get a look into the cabin. The cabin work is really quite good. It's very, very hard to see through here. Now, of course, these guys were seated on the right side of the car, not the left. And you can clearly see those ugly Ford seats that they typically had. I think you can see some of the instrument panel there. Now, the shifter is over on the right side of the car. We're on the wrong side of the car to see that, so we're going to pull back. And one thing I really like about this car is it has the double horseshoes on the backs. Now, when I was at Sebring a few years ago, Jackie Ickx was the Grand Marshal, and they had his GT40 that he won Sebring with with these similar horseshoes on the back. I don't know if he drove for JW Racing at that time or not. I am not sure. I do have pictures of that car, but it is not this one. Now here's a really great look at the back of it. Again, you have the photo etched grille pieces. You've got the exhaust sticking out. You can see underneath there the transmission hub. And take a look. I'm going to pull this back. Take a look at the taillights. They're both amber and red. I mean, talk about attention to detail. Unfrickin' real. You've got louvered engine cover there. Really, really unique. And here in the middle of the horseshoe, this thing. I know it's not the fuel fill because the fuel fill is up top. We're going to take a look at that. I do not know what that is. If any of you do know, again, I'm not an expert on the Ford GT, particularly 1968. Let me know in the comment section. I'd appreciate it. Now here's a cool look from the rear going in the back. Again, we'll go to the front. We'll take a look at the interior of the car a little bit. You can see the steering wheel in there. The stick shift is there. It's on the right-hand side. I just can't show it to you. And there is the fuel filler. Now, this particular car only has it on one side. I believe Jeff's car from the Nürburgring has it on both sides. All right, folks, that's it. This one went a lot longer than I expected, and you wouldn't think a car as simple as this would be as detailed as it is, but Spark has done a really amazing job with this. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you next time.